are you holding it back? I already paid for Apple Music. I can't give you any more money.
Yeah.
Drop it, dude. I'm looking right at you, bro. If you ever see this, that's why baseball sucks now, is because no one's hitting dingers like crazy. Knowing, once you recognize it's a dream, you can't start being like, I'm going to do this and that.
Yep.
You just got to be like, all right, I'm in a dream.
Honestly, I would never want to be famous.
You just don't want the attention?
No. Yeah, I want to do that. I want to go with my dad. He's like, we have to stay there a month. I'm like, cap. I do not want multiple wives.
Had to clarify.
You should put that out there. I mean, I would spend hours upon hours just trying to edit one photo just to look like someone else's.
Yeah.
And finally, after a while, I kind of pushed that aside, found my own style. And
Exactly.
Now I've come to like my photography now.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Blazin A Trail podcast. We're your hosts, Jack Buchanan and
Nelson King. I didn't. Okay.
And today we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to be interviewing the man himself, Tut Kailech. Let's get a round of applause for Tut. Tut Kailech, owner and operator of this fine institution of which we are part of.
I could not do it without you guys, though.
Aw.
No.
Oh,
I love you.
Not only, though, is he the boss of Blazin A Trail podcast, but also YATO.
YATO,
Big
baby.
ups. If you don't know, now you know. And you should investigate both the YATO brands
Yep.
and the Blazin A Trail podcast.
Yes, sir.
You can follow us on Instagram at Blazin A Trail podcast and YouTube on the same name. So please do so and follow YATO as well.
But thank you guys for having me on the show.
Yeah, no problem.
Of course,
No
anytime.
problem.
Damn, man, it's been a long time coming. Hopefully this take works out.
Yeah, this is the second one.
So let's backtrack and kind of touch on the points.
Right.
And the aspect of why we wanted to create this.
Right.
So the reason why we created Blazin A Trail was to spotlight all of the creators, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, business owners, the list goes on, and give them like their flowers in a sense, and also be a beacon of light to all the kids out there that are starting a journey or in the middle of something and are stuck at an obstacle. Mm-hmm. So when I thought about making this podcast, me and Jack were involved in this internship called We Are Nebraska, and we wanted just to create a podcast because I feel like we're competent men. We have a lot of things to say, and this was the avenue to do it. And then I met Nelson at Randolph CLC, and he was doing photography. Jack was a production major. So I was like, why don't we just do this together? Teamwork makes the dream work. And so we were all starting this adventure together. And so what you guys were touching on earlier was everybody that we bring on here, the diverse group of guests that we have, are coming from a person that's started, somebody who's kind of in the middle, and Jay and Tanya, which are like
The pinnacle.
Yeah.
Of blazing your own trail. Of
Yes.
starting out on a path that may not be the most well-defined, that you might say, I want to do this, or I have ideas about this, but these are people who've taken some tangible steps in that direction, even though they're not, not all of them, Jay and Tanya, are making like millions or making a lot of money or doing, but they're working towards where they want to be, and their goals change as they grow older, and some of them got kids and other stuff like that. But no, these are like I said before we had to redo, you have somebody who's like a couple months on the path down that you might want to go. And then there's somebody else who is a year, and then 2, and then 20, and then 40. So it's like you get a wide breadth of different stops along a trail that you might want to blaze. And I think that there's common threads that run through everybody's story.
For sure.
And hopefully, the viewers can pick up some game and pick up some little bits of inspiration here and there. So,
for free.
Yeah,
We're not charging for it.
free 99.
I think having people who are at the beginning, in the intermediate stage, and then who are at end game,
Yep.
I think that serves as a really good ratio of people to have, just because I think most podcasts nowadays, like all the bigger ones, like Joe Rogan, No Jumper, all those ones, they're with people who are very well established.
Exactly.
They've been in the game for a very long time. They don't really cover those beginning to middle steps that most people are looking to find. You know, there's tons of people to look at who are at the end.
Yep.
So that's not hard to find, but I think having these people who are just starting out, who are at the middle, and people are able to relate to that, I think that helps out a lot of people.
And also, we're literally supporting them too by giving them a platform. So we get to go on that journey with them, and like pretty much as we're walking along our side of the trail, like trails aren't straight ahead, guys. They intertwine. That's why there's a lot of similarities within all these diverse industries of guests that we've had. So when we sit down and talk to them, it's like we can't wait to see what your progress looks like in the future. And it's just always good to have those guests have a time to sit and reflect
Yeah.
on whether it is the thought process, the tips, the strategies that led them to where they are at that certain time.
Most definitely. What's been most interesting to me is the intersections between growing as an artist, as most of our guests have been, or a lot of our guests have been, and then growing as like a business person. There's a lot of like overlap in the sorts of tools that you need, and the way that you go about developing a successful business or developing a successful career in the arts, because they both start from the same place. They both start from ideas.
Facts.
And everybody can have an idea. That's not the hard part. They just happen to you.
Yep.
The hard part is taking that and making it something tangible. And both of the groups of those, both of those kinds of people that we've had on, the artists and the business folks, do very similar things. They think very similarly in terms of how to improve on both aspects of their careers. But, at the same time, they are doing very different things.
Yep.
But still, that level of like focus and attention and self-reflection, that's the common thread.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
As I was thinking lately of how we want to take this podcast now. So we've had a lot of informative moments with a mix-up of some comedic elements, especially with our live podcast that we did for season 1.
That was fun.
And I figured that we have to blend these two, because that's like a representation of life. Because you can't, like, life is about balance.
All work and no play makes Johnny a dull boy.
Yeah. So now as time goes, we want to make this more entertaining, but also giving you those gems, $1 million worth of game for free. So what do you guys have planned for us tonight, man?
Well, I thought we'd just kind of ask some questions, loosen things up, and just kind of have an open conversation and see where it leads. I think we're all pretty good at kind of bouncing off each other. So
Facts.
let's just get into it, right?
All right.
I don't know about y'all, but I've been following the Olympics pretty closely. It's just kind of always on at my house, and I just pop in and out of watching it. You've been following Sudan at all in the Olympics?
I have not, bro.
Really?
With Sudan, I have not. I have been following our girls' national soccer team.
Oh, okay.
And they've been doing pretty well.
Okay.
Like, low-key, I don't even know if we have we have a basketball team, but it didn't
Yeah, they're not beating
make
America.
the cut. It's because the infrastructure's not there yet.
Not beating KD.
So, yeah. Even though we all look like KD.
Right.
But
Yeah, KD.
yeah, it's just the development is definitely just started. So NBA Africa is going to be huge. So The Olympics for Sudan, I've been ignorant of it.
The Olympics are the time for me when my full xenophobia comes out and I just get real mean to other places that aren't the States.
Damn Russians.
I don't even love America like that.
Yeah.
But when the Olympics are on, it's a different beast. And all of a sudden, I want us to start winning the canoe races. Never seen that before in my life. But
No, I
want
have
us to
not.
win.
I seen it the other day, too.
And we won. We won the women's. I watched her. I forget her name, but she smoked everybody by like a fourth of a canoe.
Wow.
That was pretty nuts.
She's built.
You guys have favorite Olympic events?
I mostly just watch track.
Same.
That's about all I watch.
I'll
Those are
watch. I like to watch the field events.
Oh, I didn't know that the discus guys launched those like a
Forever
football field.
away.
Just.
What? The javelin throws are what really like. Holy
It's
shit.
crazy.
Wasn't that record? Did you see that on Instagram? Where some dude like just crushed the world record and it landed 3 feet in front of the cameraman.
What?
Like the javelin. Yeah.
I'm gonna put that up.
Have you seen the video? It's not from the Olympics, I don't think. I could be wrong. But of the javelin throw, and there's one of the guys who's marking it in the field, and he just
Yeah.
gets smoked. Like a javelin just sticks him right in the chest.
Oh my god.
It doesn't go like through him or anything, but it kind of sticks there for a while, and then he's like,
What are they made out of?
like fiberglass.
Damn.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I wouldn't
And
want
the
that
end
going
too?
to me.
The end? I don't know about the end. I could just Google it.
Probably similar though.
Yeah, I
They're
think
not
it's
gonna
just-
make it.
I don't know if it's like metal tipped. It could be. I've never thrown a javelin
That
out.
affects the weight calibration, I feel.
Yeah. I feel like, well, you almost want to have a little bit more weight up at the front.
Yeah.
Chuck that.
Oh no, they are tipped with metal.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's like a spike like you would put in for a tent or something, like a stake.
Have y'all seen like fails? Like Olympic fails? Like I saw a hammer throw the other day. Like that shit's scary low key.
They go
like,
crazy with the hammer throw.
Yes.
Like they really get going.
yeah. And like you can't even if you launch, you have to like stay. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
All that torque, that velocity, that
Well, that's
speed.
where the skill comes in.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because if you could go over the like, what's
A
the
lot of
point?
people can just chuck.
Yeah.
But can you stay in one place?
Exactly.
I saw the dude from USA, I think he won, shot put. I think it's like a 16-pound ball. He threw it 70
That's
feet,
insane.
bro.
Oh my.
It's a third of a football field almost.
70 feet.
That's insane. Yeah.
Simone,
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about Simone? I don't really have an opinion. She got a lot of hate, and I don't really know.
bro, she's gonna retire.
Okay, that's fine.
But
I thought
don't-
they did say that this was like her last Olympic event.
That's like, I don't know why. Like, I just wanted to bring it up to just tell people like, it's her body, bro. If she don't want to compete all the time, then it's her choice.
I
We
see
had
the-
another girl win the gold, but we only want to focus on Simone.
I see the other side of the argument, which is like, you're the best,
Beat like,
and you're here. So,
Might as well.
you know, let's make it happen.
she still ended up coming.
Yeah, I
For
think she
one
got a
event or
bronze.
whatever.
She got a bronze on the balance beam. But yeah, no, that I didn't get why people were so pissed off at her.
Yeah,
The Olympics, although I love watching them for the spectacle and the fanaticism, I don't like when it's over. I don't care.
yeah.
I couldn't name besides Michael Phelps.
No,
That's it. That's the only Olympic U.S. guy that I know.
it's like just instant gratification
yeah.
for a month or so.
Yeah.
and then
And we're the best. We always get the most medals. Get at me.
I think China has the most golds right now.
Yeah,
I don't
well-
know, but we're always. I'm not gonna say always. We're a leader most of the time
I think
in
it's
the
the
Olympics.
past 7 Olympics we have had the most medals.
It's crazy, and other countries like they don't like. It's like corrupted with their doping.
Oh, have you seen Icarus? It's a documentary on Netflix about the Russian guy who he had a professional doping regimen for all the Russian Olympic athletes. And then when he got found out, it was like so many of them got pulled. Their medals got removed. They freeze their pee now, like for
Oh yeah, that's what I thought.
they'll take your sample, right? let's say like 2 Olympics ago, right? Mm-hmm. They took your sample then. The technology that they had at the time couldn't find what they needed to find.
Yeah.
And then they'll freeze it and look at it years later, and they'll check on it again once the technology gets better. And if you pop, they'll pull your medal, and it goes down. It's the same thing. Like when people got pissed off at Lance Armstrong, and by the way, everybody in the Olympics,
they doing something, bro.
Is doping.
You doing something, bro.
I'm of the camp of let them
do it.
Let them go.
I entertaining, yeah.
I want to
Level
see the
playing
craziest.
field.
That's why baseball sucks now. Is because no one's hitting dingers like crazy. Just let them go. Let's see the steroid league, NFL, the steroid league, MMA.
Yep.
It's like with bodybuilding. You know how they have like the natural, the naturals, and then they have do whatever the hell you want.
Right.
They should have that for all other sports.
Yes.
Yeah, literally.
He's like 300 pounds, 0% body fat.
Walking up to bat.
But a lot of the times, I feel like if they do it, they can regulate that. Like, hey, this is the time where you can be doping or whatever. Or if you are doping, take it from us, have our stuff, so you don't have to deal with like black market products.
Right. I don't see why it's such a huge. I mean, I get it, right? Like sports are supposed to be this like a bastion of how ideal a person should be. Integrity. It's all about integrity, nobility, and like all this stuff. But I don't care. I don't care. I just want to see somebody lift 1,000 pounds above their head.
Yes.
And I think it's possible if you allow these athletes to just sauce their faces off. Just get the gear going. Get it flowing. Get some bull shark testosterone.
I don't know if it's in the summer, but I saw CrossFit challenges, like, I don't know, the Murphy, whatever. And then I see like, I don't know, like the big bodybuilders where they're those big, what is it? Those boulders.
Oh, the strongmen.
Yeah.
I like watching those.
The strongman is crazy.
Because I see 150 kilograms. I'm like, and then I look it up and I'm like, 300. No.
And trying to lift that, the ball. Oh my gosh, the way they do it, it's just like so weird.
The strongman is like half a circus event,
and
half an actual athletic thing. They're just like, I want to be the strongest dude.
Yeah,
ever.
They'll hook on refrigerators.
Yeah,
and they'll carry them.
Have you seen that dude? His name's Eddie Hall.
Yep.
He deadlifted like 1,140 pounds, and he's just squeezing so hard, the blood vessels in his nose burst. And like his whole face turns red, and he's just like bleeding out of his face, gritting his teeth. And then an insane amount, half a car is just lifted up by one man.
I remember seeing that.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Easy money.
Hey, Tut, you been listening to a lot of music recently?
I've been listening to Noah Flourish. I've been listening to, I'm trying to listen to Isaiah Rashad.
I was just about to ask you. You listened to his new album yet?
I've been listening to his singles, and it's a vibe. It's more of like, I don't know what to describe. It's like, no. But it's like more of like,
it's definitely
smoking
different.
vibe.
Yeah.
Like it's a smoking party. People hanging out, but we're not going crazy.
Yeah,
that's
just
how I see
a
it.
kickback.
Yep.
This is a kickback vibe.
Going hard.
Yeah.
But actually, Nelson, what do you listen to? I'm about to look up what I've been listening.
Let's talk
I
music.
gotta look it up too.
Let's talk music.
What y'all been listening to? I've been listening to this dude named Larry June.
Larry June, haven't heard of him.
He's from the Bay.
Okay.
And like he's a different kind of rapper. He's more of like, my favorite song from him is the song title is Smoothies in 1991. He talks about like, I'm drinking smoothies. I'm getting a green drink. Like he's an old, not an old rapper, but he be dropping game and trying to make people become healthy. He's like a positive rapper, but in a sense where it's still catchy. It's not too preachy.
It's not corny.
Yeah,
because a lot of those guys get corny real quick.
Yeah, but he's like, I would listen to him. Listen to Smoothies in 1991.
Okay.
And his rapping style is more relaxed.
Right.
He's not trying to like. It's more
Not
hang
trying to
back,
go
like
crazy.
the windows down.
Oh, okay.
If you got a drop top, this is perfect.
Okay.
I just got the same stuff.
Oh.
Juice World, Kid Leroy,
Kid
Ian
Leroy.
Dior,
Yeah.
all those guys.
All right.
Tyler, the creator. I forgot. My bad, bro.
That album was pretty nuts.
I apologize, Tyler.
The question on my mind is, where the hell is Donda? I watched you, Kanye, the other day. I watched you for 4.5 hours bring people in and out of the studio. I know you got something going on, man. Why are you holding it back? I already paid for Apple Music. I can't give you any more money.
Yeah.
Drop it, dude. I'm looking right at you, bro. If you ever see this, I love you. I respect you. And I just want to listen to your music. That's all.
How, yay? How?
Where you at?
Yeah, like, it's just, I think it's the buildup, anticipation, and he knows that. Whenever he was making, like, his...
I watched this fool do dumbbell curls.
You watch who?
Kanye do dumbbell curls in a Donda bulletproof vest and a mask on his live stream.
You think masks are going to be the thing now since he's
No,
doing
not
that?
like a...
No, I mean like a...
Kanye's been doing that. He was doing that...
Probably
for
2019.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Oh,
he was doing that.
yeah, you're
He was doing that for Life of
right.
Pablo. He was doing that for Graduation too.
What a trendsetter, bro.
And all of it, and it was all, he wouldn't do it like out in the, it would be for his live performances. He has a sick Mason Margiela mask, which is like the
Phantom of the Opera?
it's the Sistine Chapel, but like printed on a mask.
What?
It's it's dope. Dude.
But it's smart that he's wearing a mask, though. He could just dodge. I saw that one clip where paparazzi are getting ready for somebody. I think they're getting ready for him, but he has a mask on. He just walks real quick. No, everybody's like, wait, was that him? I'm like, smart. Because, like, honestly, I would never want to be famous.
You just don't want the attention.
No.
You
If I can't even go to Hy-Vee and grab yogurt without somebody, hey, can you sign this? Hey, can you call my sister? Can you talk to my sister?
Can I get a picture?
Yeah.
That must be so annoying. Oh my God. Can I get a picture? Can I get a picture? No. I'm trying to get my coffee. No, I think that level of fame is disgusting.
Yeah.
But there's a certain level. I've always wanted to be famous in the way that the famous people know who I am.
I think it's admiration.
Yeah,
bro.
like the famous people respect the game.
Yep.
But the plebeians out in the world aren't constantly in my grill and on my Twitter feed.
I think I would like to be YouTube famous, but not like top tier.
Low key.
You know, like where you can go around to places, you'll get noticed like once or twice,
Yeah.
but everyone just walks by you.
You have
Actually-
your solid fan group.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I wouldn't mind that because it's
No.
like, is that Nelson? Is that?
Yeah, and then like every once in a while you're like, hey, what's up? Come here. I'll take a picture with you.
I'm sure it would be nice once or twice, but yeah, the Kanye thing is like
Justin.
too much.
I see why, like, especially Justin when he was younger, like,
Oh, the
he'd
Biebs?
be a dick to people. I'd be a dick. I'm 16, 17.
Look at my face. Have you seen that video? His car breaks down in like a neighborhood somewhere. I assume it's in LA, but it's like in the hood. It's like South Central. And all these black dudes start pressing him. They make him do push-ups and they make him like run sprints and like they're like, sing for me, white boy. And he's just
I gotta see
it's
this,
hilarious.
bro. What the?
It's so funny.
Got punked. Like,
Yeah,
was
he got
was
punked.
he super young?
Yeah, he was probably 16, 17.
Yeah, when he could start driving.
Sing for me, white boy. That is hilarious. Yeah.
Jack, what have you been doing lately? You said, should we talk about you possibly? I mean, leaving us? Should we tell the people?
No. We'll keep it on the low.
Okay.
There's a select few
Oh.
that I let into that, privy to that information. I want to ghost my way
Bro,
up
okay.
out of here.
You're working on After Effects right now, right?
Yeah, I made a movie.
Okay,
What?
describe that creative process. Like, do you set out a time to write, and then
No.
it just comes? When
If
you're
I
doing
have the
other things?
idea and I think it's a strong idea, like I said before, right? Everybody can have an idea. They just happen to you.
Yep.
And I might sit on it for a while. I have like a whole list of them in my phone, on my computer, and a bunch of different places. Physical lists as well. But if it's like a good idea, then I'll be like, okay, I actually want to put time and effort into this. So that's why I was telling you guys last time we hung out, I rented a Blackmagic camera. We need
to do that.
We got everything we need together, and it looks dope. I'm putting it together right now, but there's like a lot of effects that I want. Like I see how it could be, and I spent money on it, so I want to get my investment worth in quality, you know?
Do you have it on here?
No. It's not on here. It's on my PC at home.
Like when you say, I know what I want it to look like.
Yeah.
Like,
I can see
do you have the tools or like a way that you could transfer how you want it, how it looks in your mind to After Effects? Are you that good yet?
No,
with
not
the program?
not even close.
It's hard. Like
Not
if you
even
don't know I don't know.
It's just trial and error. Like literally, I'm just move this slider, not how I want it to look.
That ain't it.
Move this slider, not how. And then I do research and I watch videos and I just see people doing things. And I just found out how in depth the program actually goes and how much you can actually do with it. And I kind of am a little
overwhelmed
because
yeah.
I forget what this thing is called, but it's of like some kind of philosophy or something like that. Some like study or just a rule about how human beings interpret information. And it goes like this, like those of us who don't know a lot about something think we know everything.
Facts.
As soon as you start to learn, you realize how much you don't know.
You're like,
and then when you reach the pinnacle, you're just like, yeah, I don't know anything about this. But
You guys know who Sam Colder is?
maybe. I don't think so.
Sam Colder.
wait. Yeah, I think so. Bro.
If you don't know who he is, watch his video, Hey Tim on YouTube. Should be the first one if you type it in. But he goes over a transition that he did in that video of his girlfriend was riding over a wave on her surfboard, and he transitions it into a shot of his drone flying through the clouds. And he went over it in After Effects, and I was like following along with that at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then after like a minute or so, I'm like, what did you just do? I'm like, where did you just go with that? Because it just went out into somewhere I don't even know.
So I just reached the point yesterday where I saw how much I don't know, and I got a little disheartened. I'm gonna keep working at it and just keep chipping it away. I'm not doing too much with After. I'm doing one thing, but I want it to look really good.
Yeah.
And I have to do like fucking ray tracing and shadows, and I want it to look. It's not gonna be for very long, but it will take the production value just up that one more notch to make it look nice. You know,
It's probably something that people won't really
Yeah,
notice.
no.
Yeah,
only
but you will.
you will notice it.
but that's what's important. I think if you really like care about something like that and you put the love and effort into it, it translates. That authenticity translates.
Facts.
There's just some things. I want enough little things, enough little like bits of love in something that somebody will look at it and say, "Wow, this is better than something else." I don't know why, but it is.
Yeah.
I know why, and that's all I need.
Yep.
Well, damn, Nelson, I forgot what I was gonna ask you. But I think it's all trial and error, like you said, bro.
Yeah.
Because like, I have these ideas in my mind, and I kind of have a grasp on how to do it. Then like 30 minutes in, I'm like, yeah, forget it. And then I watch a video on something that's kind of similar, and it's still not what I envision in my mind. And then I'm just like, I just stop it. I get disheartened, and I don't even continue for the rest of the day.
That's what happens, man. When stuff gets hard, then that's when it's real easy to be like, you know what? I can't really do this.
Yeah.
Like you could do it. It's going to take some time though. And I don't think people understand how much time some of this stuff actually takes.
Yeah.
Not just like artistic. I just mean in general, if you have an idea for a business, how much time it's going to take you to understand freaking marketing.
Yeah.
If you've ever studied marketing and like how to promote yourself and all that good stuff too, there's a lot, but if you really care, you'll put yourself through it.
I think about that a lot with my photography.
Describe your process, brother.
Because when I first got started, I had my own little, routine of editing and everything and how my pictures looked.
Right.
And then after a while, I really wanted to like make them look professional.
Yeah.
Like where you see a photo and you're like, that is a really good photo.
Yes.
And so I would look up tutorials of how to edit like certain
Such and such,
photographers.
yeah.
And I would go through and I'd be like, okay, I literally followed all the steps, but my photo looks like crap compared to theirs. And it was literally just a lot of trial and error. And eventually I started to figure out, okay, it's not just my editing process, but it's also like the in camera, like how I take the photo, the lighting and everything, the scene and all that like goes into how these photos are going to turn out. And after a long time, and I would spend hours upon hours just trying to edit one photo just to look like someone else's.
Yeah.
And finally, after a while, I've kind of pushed that aside, found my own style. And
Exactly.
now I've come to like my photography now.
That's
where I
what
can
it
be proud
is.
of photos.
It's when you are able to familiarize yourself with the tools in such a way that you stop emulating.
Exactly.
And you're finally at the level of mastery where you can say, okay, I know what this stuff does and I know how they interplay with each other. So I'm going to be able to create something that's uniquely mine.
Yes.
And I think that's the goal that everybody wants to get to.
I haven't been able to do that with video and like color grading video.
No, that's
Yeah.
tough. I looked up a tutorial the other day because I had to color grade the footage, and it was like I'd done it before, but I had done it just like by eye. I didn't really know what I was doing. I looked at the tutorial, I did it, and I was like, oh, this is like really fucking good.
Yeah.
It's half black magic and it's half my buddy, or it's a third black magic, a third my buddy who's a film major. He's a film studies major at McGill University, who's in Montreal, and he directed it. And then a third, me doing a little bit of like research and trying some stuff out. But even then, like now when I'm watching movies or something or TV, I can see like,
You have
okay,
an eye for it.
Yeah, like I can see like, oh, I see that they are choosing to do this color scheme for this shot because it contributes to this theme or does this. There's a reason behind it.
I get so much more into movies now. Now that I know all this stuff, I'm just like picking it apart. I'm like, oh, I saw that. Like I know I could do that.
There's levels to the movie thing, especially, man.
yeah.
Like when I did this, the reason I needed a director is because I'm not great at like taking. So let me give you an example. So the opening shot is me like jumping rope, and there's a camera behind me. When I like envisioned the scene, I just was like, when I wrote it, I was like, just like shoot it straight on. I don't know. And then after my friend read it, he was like, well, when I read this, I thought that, this part seemed kind of cerebral. So I thought maybe if we shoot from behind and it's close to your head, it'll look like somebody's like in your thought process. And I was like, oh, shit. There's fucking levels to this game. I was just like, yeah, pull it out, turn it on. Like, that sounds good to me. But he's like, I needed somebody who had the mind to really translate like a true visual style.
Yeah.
I think he did a great job.
That's cool.
Because they have the vision. It's like when I talk to Jesse about certain movies, I hit him up after he's like, yeah. And he kind of describes like why they had the camera, just like you said, behind the dude's head, but it's like the person needs to be on this side of the shot because of this is how it connects to your mind. And I was like,
That's a little more technical. That's
Rule of thirds.
Yeah, they'll shoot when they have somebody moving across the screen. They always do it left to right because that's the way that English speakers read.
exactly.
And like there's reasons like that I understand, but the artistic side of things, like I'm choosing to do this, to shoot it this way because I think that it will help get this part of the script across better.
Yep.
And that part is the part where you can't really like, that's when people start breaking down movies and are like, okay, I believe, or like how you would do a book, how you would break down literature. You would just go line by line or you'd go page by page and you would identify themes and you would identify motifs and you would try to see how the author is getting that across with the literary devices that they do. But my buddy knows the film devices and he knows, so he read my thing and he was like, okay, I see this theme and I see this motif and I see how we could do it this way and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, all right, so I'm going to translate those words and those themes and those ideas into my own interpretation, but visually. And it's just something that I don't have the acumen for yet. maybe I'll get there. But
like, it's the same thing when like I write a song, right?
yeah.
I already restarted that.
Oh, what?
I already restarted that camera.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that one's still going. Cause we don't have
You got up?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I was just so into it. Dang.
But like when I write a song and then I record it with like dubs and everything,
Yeah.
I honestly don't know how it's going to sound after it's mixed. But that goes to show how I trust the engineer, because I know his vision on like certain songs that he's done before, and it's like they make it come to life. Or I'm like, wow, I definitely didn't think that you could do that with my voice and really.
And there's always a reason behind it.
Yeah, I'm just like, when I make, that's why I don't engineer anybody else's stuff.
Right.
Because I'm like, I don't know where you.
Some people just have it like that, and I'm sure that your engineer, just like my director, has had a lot of time.
Yes.
And he's thinking about, when he listens to music, I'm sure it's different than the way that you're listening
Exactly.
to
I'm
music.
like,
You're
the
listening for
lyrics.
like composition
Yup.
and lyrics, but when he's listening to the mix, he's like, okay, I see when they played this note, it made me feel, or this chord progression, it was like
Exactly.
melancholic, like it made me kind of sad.
Yep.
So the next time that Tut sends me a song and it has a similar chord progression, I know the sorts of things that I can do with that. And it
Yep.
might make people feel kind of happy, or like, this is for sure going to get people moving. And like, he just has a different way of thinking about it.
Yeah. When I made like, not a sad song, when I made Roses, he was like, the reason why I didn't put much reverb on your voice is like, anytime somebody listens to the song, it's like you're right there.
Yeah.
So
Intimate.
it's like, it's very intimate.
Yeah.
When it's like, it's a very upbeat song, I'll make it spatial to seem, so like we're literally in a live setting.
Yeah.
And so when they see it live, it'll be just like what they envision. So I'm like,
And you know the beauty of the whole thing is he couldn't interpret your song to make a good piece of music
Facts.
if you didn't make it.
Yep.
So it's like, it's collaborative in that way, that you as an individual have great talent and great ability and clearly a desire to produce this music.
Yep.
But you can only take it so far because your brain works a certain way.
Exactly.
So when you bring it to somebody else whose brain works another way, and you also gel as people and as creatives,
Yep.
then you can come up with something that's really beautiful.
Yes. Can I give a tip of advice to creators?
Collaborate.
That. And you should create more than you consume. Because a lot of the times when we're doing research, we get so overwhelmed that we don't start. And then we're like, oh, I feel like this creator explains it better than the one that I just watched. And then you're just going on this cycle of like, I need more information. But it's like, just start it, work with it, and then adjust. Instead of just like, because I used to be like watching other podcasts, and I'd just be like, okay, how did they structure their thing, right?
Yeah.
And then it led me to watch another person's thing, and I didn't even work on my shit.
Then the wires are crossed, and then
Yep.
you got too much. I see kind of what you mean.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. Because I feel like I consume more than I create, but I don't necessarily think that's bad.
No, it depends, because like the reason why I also said that is like distractions with like social media. Like if we're scrolling too much.
You just
Like-
won't work on your shit.
Yeah.
No, you definitely have to put the phone down.
Yeah.
But I feel like, not that what you said is like incorrect or anything, just personally, I like to get as much information in as I can. And then I don't think about it so critically. We were just talking before we started how you were like walking the other day.
Yeah.
And then that's when all your ideas started to
Exactly.
come. So I just want to load my brain with as much ammunition as possible and let my subconscious make the connections it needs.
Yep.
In the time that it takes it to do that.
But I don't do that. That's the thing.
Yeah,
I don't let it
right.
integrate. I don't integrate it. It's more of like, okay, cool. I kind of just let a couple, let a couple tips and techniques. I retain it, and then a lot of it is just out the other. So I didn't have time to integrate the information I just learned, because I'm busy consuming even more.
Right.
That's why I meant it.
Oh,
So I
okay.
should explain it in that kind of aspect.
I feel that way because I do that way too often nowadays. Like, it's really bad. And
Yeah.
I've been wanting to work on videos more, but I just get stuck with, like, I don't know what to do. And then I'm like, oh, I'll just go on YouTube or something and try to find some ideas. And then 3 hours later, I have to do something else instead of working on my video. And
That
then,
YouTube stuff is fucking hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have to be super consistent. It's almost like having like a radio or show or something. Like you have to show up
expect
every
you.
day and come up with some shit. I did a little bit of YouTube stuff my freshman year, and we would like come up with all these ideas, and we would shoot like a whole week's worth of stuff.
Smart.
And then we would put it out, and then we would try to be like, okay, we'll give ourselves a week in advance to come up with a week's more of content. I need more time than that. It was just like, it just became too hectic and too stressful. And I was like, I don't want to, this isn't fun anymore. This is just work now. Like, this sucks.
I think, like, if you're going to do it 2, maybe 3 times a week.
Yeah.
For, like, putting stuff out on YouTube.
Yep.
Because the time, if you're just starting out, the time it takes for you to come up with an idea,
Takes a
like,
while.
script it,
Especially if you're
film
doing it by
it.
yourself.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. And then editing all that to make a good video.
Yeah.
That takes time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would definitely 2, maybe 3.
Yeah.
Because you just don't want to get burnt out of it.
Yeah.
That's the thing I worry about a lot with stuff is I'm going to limit myself where I'm working hard, but that I'm not going to get burnt out.
Because a lot of the times, a lot of the YouTubers that we watch, they have a team in the sense of like,
They got editors.
they come up with the idea. They probably, obviously they write the script. They kind of have an idea for B-roll, A-roll and stuff. But at that point, it's on to the next idea. Because they have somebody to, okay, cool, we've worked together before, we collaborated. They kind of know what kind of style I go with. Then you don't have to worry, you don't have that wear on your CPU. You're
Right.
Because then if I finish a video, I'm like super excited, right? And then I have another video that I have coming up. And then it's like, I remember, damn, that took a lot of fucking time, energy. And then kind of discourages me. But once I get started again, it inspires me to keep going. So what I've started to do now is like content batching in a sense.
Yeah,
Just
batch
have it-
shoot stuff.
Yeah.
And then you can release it, like trickle it out. So that way you're not so stressed about like trying to get something out every week.
Exactly. It frees up all the clutter in a sense. So it's like, oh, I feel like I should start on this video, but it's like this one's edited, this one just needs to be scripted out. I have done the research for it, blah, 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 blah.
I try to do a similar thing. Me and my friends who like do this kind of stuff together. We try to do like TikToks. We try to batch shoot TikToks and then do those.
Yeah.
After that though, I realized like this level of, I understand that people are just inundated with so much content. So to be competitive in that market,
It's
that you
tough.
have to do that.
Yeah.
And I understand that, but I just realized like that's not the kind of stuff that I want to really take my time on something and like do it in a way that I feel like could be great. Not like the TikTok stuff we did was bad.
Yeah.
It just wasn't, there's levels, right? And like that was at a certain level and that's cool. But I want to be able to produce things that are of such a quality that they aren't, that you just can't deny the level of like production it is. So you have to look at it just for its art.
I look at a lot of like cool cinematic videos on TikTok and everything. And those are cool and they have great shots and all this, but I think the transition from TikTok to YouTube is the ones on YouTube, they'll tell more of a story.
Yeah.
And you can get more into the story and understand it better. Whereas for TikTok, it's like, oh, I'm just going to throw up 6 cool cinematic shots that I took.
That is.
The story is important. The story is-
That's what I wanted to transition to, is more of like telling a story.
Yeah. Like I went to the most fun, like most YouTube-esque video I've ever made. I was with some friends and the same guy who's directing the thing I just made, what year was this? Might have been freshman year summer or sophomore year summer. I think it was freshman year summer. He like found or like bought a Super 8 camera, just like from the 80s. and it's got film, and it doesn't have no mic, like no sound recording capabilities, and it's just cool. It looks like visually, it looks really cool. I think Quentin just shot a lot of stuff on Super 8, and just it was like a home video camera that was like one of the first ones that was available to be purchased across America. So it's like iconic, and he bought one, and he was like, I got 5 minutes of film. To develop and digitize that film, it was like $200 or something. Just the film, one to buy it, and another to get it produced and then digitized so that we could upload it onto the internet.
That's
and he was like,
crazy.
I got this. Let's like go somewhere and do this. So we went to Kansas City to make a 5-minute short film. And as we were going, the narrative part of it, as I was talking about, is we would like recorded little vlogs, and like we made a whole video around the making of that one thing. And so that was like the most. I saw how like, okay, this is how Casey Neistat is doing his thing. This is how these YouTube people are making their money. They're adding that story element. They're putting stakes up. They're getting people invested into what's going on in their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tut, something I wanted to bring up.
I was going to ask you a question because I like asking questions, but go ahead.
Something I wanted to bring up that I thought we were having a very interesting conversation of. This is definitely very off topic from what we were talking about before. I don't know. I think it was maybe 2 or 3 podcasts ago. We were talking about your cousin who got married. And we were talking about Sudanese weddings. And I thought that was very interesting, just to hear the differences in our cultures.
You want me to talk about that?
Yeah, talk about it a little bit. Tell them what went down. Give them the basics.
Okay. This is a God Yog wedding, just for the people watching. So Sudanese weddings, we still have traditional dowries, right?
Could you tell them what a dowry is, just in case they don't know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
So a dowry is like, I was going to say bartering, but a dowry is like in exchange for not your daughter, but it's like the value of your daughter. Because like back home, we don't fiddle with money,
right?
In a sense, but our money is cattle,
right?
And any kind of livestock.
Yeah, you have land, livestock. That's where the value.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But so even though we live in America, we still keep the culture. There's some families that are very persistent about keeping the wedding. So the first night is called girls talk, right? So girls talk is very interesting. It's definitely something that Americans don't do. So girls talk is an event where you kind of play a game, right? And it's a negotiating game worth thousands.
Real cash.
So you can't mess up. You have to come up dressed nice.
Yeah.
You can't be acting a fool. So before the wedding, we all had to pay, as groomsmen, we had to pay to be, not to be in the wedding, but to contribute to our family member that's about to get married. So it's like 12 or 13 of us. So we all paid $300 each to be in it, right? That's not the tux, that's not whatever else, right? So the girls, we're already guessing that they're gonna ask for $10,000.
And these are her bridesmaids.
The bridesmaids are the ones that are gonna get that money, not the bride. Her girls. So because they helped her become the lady that she is, and there's some family members as bridesmaids as well. Right. So the whole time it's like this cat and mouse game.
So you're talking her. So how do you go in, knowing these negotiations are going to go down? Are you the ones who are making the first offer?
No.
Oh, okay.
So you kind of just do some talking, slick talking. So obviously it's in our language of Nur, but the whole time they're trying to see somebody slips up, like, oh, you're not confident, like the whole time. Don't drink any water, because if somebody drinks water, it's $50. Don't be laughing in the sense that it is not in context. Just don't act a fool. So the whole time, we're just kind of beating around the bush, and then we're like, so we asked them, like, so what's in the ballpark? She's like, well, looks like you guys are dressed nice. You guys have jobs. We want our sister to go to a good home, and you guys don't look broke. So we were just gonna ask for an easy 10,000. And before we had our meeting, before we went to the girls' talk, and
so
we
there's
were
like planning. That
yeah, because you have to come with a strategy. So they're like, any number that they say, do not make a face,
right?
Because they're gonna be like, oh, you can't afford that, then
and
we
that
can't
would
give
reflect
her up.
poorly.
Yeah,
right.
Why would we give our sister away to you guys? You guys can't handle her. So we were like 10,000. In my head, I'm like, damn.
But on the outside,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, I think we all paid like 300. Some of us paid 5, and it's just like, bruh,
We definitely do not have.
So we talk. So the game is like we try and guess who the person who's mute, because everybody's quiet except the negotiators. So we try and guess who the mute is, right? And we try and get them to talk.
Okay.
Because if they talk, we have leverage. So
Hold on.
Yeah,
So-
this is good.
Back it up.
So it's a cat and mouse game, but it's literally called.
So it is a game. Like
It's a
there
game.
are rules. Is this part of? Does every wedding take place with this game, or is this just?
It's our clan, our tribe that
Okay.
does this.
Okay.
So one of the negotiators on the bridesmaid side will have a mute person, but they have 3 representatives. 2 of them will be quiet. One of them will negotiate. So if we guess who the wrong person is, they can add whatever they want.
Okay.
So we guess who it is, then they go and talk, and then they come out and be like, okay, you were right. Mm-hmm. And then at that point, we give out our offer. We're like, 7. And then they go and talk, and some of the girls are like,
7. But they can make faces.
Yeah.
Because it's not on them. They're
we're
not
in
paying
their
anything.
we're in their house.
Right.
So if you guess the mute person, do you get
We
leverage then?
we take money off.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So you better hope you guess
Yeah.
the mute person, otherwise you're
we
done.
were like,
You're gonna be going home broke.
I'm looking at my phone, my Chime account. I'm like, fuck. Do I gotta know? Yeah. But after that,
And this is before the wedding even
yeah,
starts.
and then we can see the girl. Then we can see
Oh,
the
then they bring the
bridesmaid.
bride
Because
up.
at that point,
Is the groom with you?
the groom is with
So
us.
is this on the day of the wedding?
This is the night before.
Night before the wedding. And if
Because if there's no agreement, they're not gonna let her.
I'm sorry. What was interesting to me about last time we talked about this is that if negotiations break down at any point along this process, it's over.
It's
the
over.
wedding's off.
Like if they didn't like our offer,
Right.
and if we didn't like agree to their number, they would withhold.
How often do these
There's payment
negotiations
plans.
break down?
There's payment
There
plans.
are payment plans.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the next morning, like usually with girls talk, like they're like, let's not extend this because one of our homies got married just 2 years ago, and we started at 9, and we got done at like midnight, which is cool. But usually it can last all morning.
Right.
And then next thing you know, we have to get up and go to the traditional cow talk. So this is where big bucks are talked about.
Right.
You
This
have to
is
come in a
all
suit.
your-
You have to come in a suit.
This is your family's,
Yep.
your people's back home. This
Yeah.
is where they're giving up some cattle or whatever.
Because
Okay.
everybody's involved.
Right.
So people back home are people in Sudan are involved
So are you
because there's
like-
cattle. There's
Are you
actual
in
cattle.
communication with them beforehand?
Yeah, because they've been talking about price and how much cattle since like November, and
Right.
this happened. May? Yeah, this happened in May, so they're already talking. They're kind of in the ballpark range. So
So by that you mean like they know about what they can give or what
yes.
they're willing to give.
Yes.
Okay.
So at that point, they can now. The big thing is how much per cow, because they're gonna say how many cow they want regardless.
Right.
So it's like, shit, y'all want 400 a cow for 75 cattle? That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So at that point, they started at 11. They didn't get done till. Wait, they didn't get done till like 7 o'clock.
The next morning.
But yeah, so we're all waiting.
Right.
We're all waiting. The wedding was supposed to start at 5, right?
PM. Yeah,
so
okay.
we're all just chilling.
So the night before you have girl talk, you immediately go to cow talk.
We go, they cook for us, they buy us booze.
Okay.
We hang out, we talk, then everybody goes to sleep. Then the men, we go to the traditional cow talk to go talk with the bridesmaids, with the bride's father and their family. So it's
Is the
really
groom involved in this as well?
No.
Okay.
But at that point, they can bless it, and then they can give the girl. Because at that point, if they don't agree, it's over. Even if there is a venue, whatever, it's over.
Ooh.
And then we can come negotiate again.
So it's just a continuous negotiation. So you'll negotiate until you get a settlement.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
have there been like horror stories?
I don't know of any, but my dad would always talk about stories that are happening back home. So I'm not necessarily sure, but when my dad says, "Oh, this girl got stolen," in a sense, so somebody else could afford, and then they just took the girl
because they could afford to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, did they take the wedding too?
No, it's just like they got to take the girl, especially if she's okay with it.
Right.
Yeah.
But the parent, it's all monetary because like at that point we're together.
Right. Yeah, you were telling me that too. That was the other
Divorce?
interesting-
What?
There's no divorce.
No.
No.
It only happens here.
Right.
You know.
But back home, that's it.
We're a family now.
Right.
You know. So yeah, I paid to be in a wedding.
So cow talk happens. You guys come to a settlement at like 7
Yep.
a.m. Wedding's at 5. The settlement's done, so everything's cool? Or
Yeah,
is there
everybody's
still
like,
stakes?
cool.
Oh, okay,
we can go now.
Nice.
And celebrate now. He can, because he dropped on the knee the night of the girls' talk when she came out. We agreed. He proposed to her just so we could see
Right.
that happen. And then same thing happened for the wedding day or the wedding night. Proposed to her. It's crazy. Like, you don't have a traditional wedding where she like walks up and then dad drops her off.
Yeah. That Catholic ceremony.
Yeah. So the groomsmen go in, we like do our dance, traditional dance. And then the girls come in, do their traditional dance, and then the bride and groom sit. Then the best man and maid of honor sit on one edge. And at that point, it's like every clan or every family gets to play their anthem.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
The men's side, you guys get to play your clan song, your house song, and then it's like everybody who's involved gets to have their own song, and then we can dance. At that, bro, we did not eat. We did not eat food. All we were doing is drinking. So we're like, bro, we can't drink too much. And then we're like, bro, it's already been 4 hours. We got to drink. Because we get in there and we're like, yo, we need to eat. And the girl's like, we already ate. We're like, why didn't y'all tell us?
Yeah.
So
Is there a blending between sort of, because this takes place in the States, is there like a blending between the classical U.S. tradition of what a wedding looks like? Or is it just all you guys doing your thing?
Mostly in that wedding, it was us doing our thing.
Okay.
So there's levels to people organizing, and when the cow talk extends, it's like it kind of throws the equilibrium of everything off.
Okay.
So
if somebody, well, this leads me to my other question. I don't know what your future looks like with Miss Haley.
yeah, my dad talked about this when we were driving to Minnesota. He's like, honestly, I'm kind of glad that you dating a white girl.
It's not trying to fake. So that was my question is like, if you were to marry Haley, there would be no sort of dowry.
We wouldn't
necessary.
do a dowry, no.
You're chilling.
So my dad was asking like, what kind of money their family makes or whatever. He's like, oh, he rich? Because he used to have cattle, he used to have livestock, but he sold it away. He's retired now, so like, I don't know how we would go about the wedding. It would be more traditional based, but when it comes to garments, when it comes to like the reception, it would be different. Like the ceremony would be just
the
like
classic
American, yeah.
Right, yeah.
And then the reception would be like,
you want your
yep. And
it's in here, man. Let's get it going.
Haley's like, we're gonna have a small wedding. I'm like, I can't stop that.
No, yeah. The family is showing
People
up.
coming from Canada, Australia,
That's how it
Tennessee,
is.
like, yo,
Family.
you heard Tut getting married? Oh, we going.
Gotta go.
Bro, and they'd be like, I haven't seen you since you were this little. Like,
I know.
welcome
also,
to the party.
Also, you were telling me not too long ago, man. Are you thinking about taking a trip back home for a little while?
Yes, sir.
When's that?
I'm trying to do it next year. Got enough vacation saved up. Yeah, I want to do that. I want to go with my dad.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Your,
So
like,
he's like,
grandparents
we
over
have to stay there a month. I'm like, cap.
I don't have that many vacations.
Like, I want to go for 2 weeks, because obviously,
Yeah.
my job, and then I want to save up to go for a month.
Okay, so this would be just to like pop in with my
Like,
pops.
oh,
and
it's like a coming home ceremony,
right.
celebration. You know, offer up a cattle to God and all that. So I'm excited for that, touching ground back in the motherland.
Is your grandma and everybody over there?
My grandpa on my mom's side is alive. My grandma just passed away.
I'm sorry.
My dad's father passed away early 2000s, and his mom is still alive. So I get to see somebody.
Right, there's people
But
there.
there's a lot of family
Is there like uncles and aunts? And
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
When was the
Pleasant.
last time you were there?
since we left.
Wow.
No.
So my sister and my mom went 2016 for a month. And then, yeah, they're like, when I graduated here for high school and college, they had their own celebration.
Really?
So it was like, it's cool, but I can't wait to go.
Oh, I bet it. I bet
Because
it.
Yeah,
there's like, it's like, there's something missing.
Right.
So when I'm here, I'm like, yeah, it's cool, but like I don't get.
It's
like
not
I
your
know where I
place.
come from,
Yeah.
heard the stories, yada yada yada.
You just want to see what it's like.
Exactly.
Yeah. See for yourself.
That's crazy.
Touch the ground.
I want to go to Africa at some point in my life.
Yeah.
Like Haley's like, can I go with you? I'm like, not the first time. This is for me.
you, yeah.
Yeah. So and like, I want to go with my dad because like, if I go with my mom, I don't know like certain situations if it's okay, because like back home it's still very traditional in the sense of like gender roles.
Right. Women have to do
Yeah.
behave a
So
certain way. Men.
she's like, yeah, you have to go with your dad. You guys can travel freely. Obviously they can, but it's like,
It's just different.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to explain.
That'd be special though. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah. Never mind. I was gonna talk about something else.
Okay.
My dad's like, so you gonna have another wife? I'm like, I'm not being you, bro. I'm not being you. Like I see, my dad does not sleep, bro. He's narcoleptic too, but he has never been diagnosed. But
He just is. You just know.
yeah, but he has family to feed. He's driving Lyft. I think he sleeps like 4 or 5 hours a day. He's old though.
Damn.
He's like, dude, I made this much money last year. I'm like, that's cool, but like, bro, you need to
Yeah,
rest.
you need to sleep. Old fart.
He's like, but I gotta put kids in school. I have to pay for a wife back home, you know. So I can't rest.
So he's got. Have you met the people back home?
Nope. But I got to name the youngest daughter.
Oh wow. So if you go back, you get to go.
Yep.
Hang
I was
out
like,
with
I
them.
named you.
Wow, that's cool. How's that work? So would you? Are they like you consider them your siblings? Like.
Yo, yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
yeah.
Cause like when my mom and my sister went, they stayed with my
Oh, okay.
Wow.
with my dad's wife. So that was pretty cool. So Nine was just talking about like how, I don't know, how blessed we are in a sense. Like she had survivor's guilt, but not really, because it's like they choose to also live the rural life too.
Right.
They just don't want to have to suffer as much when it comes to like certain seasons and stuff like that. But like it made her realize like what are the more important things? Relationships,
Right,
family.
right.
Yeah. But
That's
yeah.
cool.
I do not want multiple wives.
Had to clarify.
You should put that out there.
I do not. I'm not built that. I'm
Man, I
built
might
like
be able to take on a couple wives. Well, I couldn't have them spread out like your dad does, though.
No, I don't know how he does
They
it.
got to be in the same spot. No ocean. Like maybe I get a house and the house next to that house.
Yeah, Haley asked, she's like, how is your mom okay with that? I'm like, babe,
It's just
they just
different.
grew
Yeah, it's
in
the
different,
culture.
like especially like when there was war,
Yeah.
like Oh, it's kind of fucked up to talk about. But like certain like if a certain man passed away, like a certain family member would have to step up and take care of the kids. Mm-hmm. And like the widow would be your wife, but not really.
I know what you mean.
You know?
I took some anthropology courses.
Yeah.
And they talk about that too. It's in other cultures as well. Like someone were to pass away, like you said, the wife and her children would become part of the next, like his brother's family, even though, and she's his wife, but they are not like in love like that, you know?
So like if I passed away, my brother Khan would have to step up, you know? It's like, damn, well, I want to do what I want to do, huh? Not really.
Right.
And in face of dire times,
there's a lot of responsibility as being the eldest son.
Exactly. Right. That's why I just learned like the oldest son has to marry first.
Really?
Yeah, I just figured out with that wedding that I was talking about, like he was married, but then things didn't work out. So it was kind of like, we still shouldn't be doing this wedding because Galwaga is supposed to be the one who's supposed to be married right now. So I'm like, whatever.
Is it the same with daughters, or are they just cool? They can do whatever.
Daughters are the breadwinners.
Right. I think, so. Is it like more, would your parents rather have daughters than sons because they have to, there's like value there?
Yeah, but it's also like you want to carry the name too.
So it's patrilineal.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
So like me and my brother Khan have my dad's first name because my dad wants us to carry his name instead of grandpa's name. So my last name is actually Thoat, Thoat, just like the rest of our siblings.
Yeah.
So they're carrying out on grandfather's name, but he wanted us to carry his name. So whenever we get married, his name lives on. So anytime like a grandma, they'd be like, you know you're Tut Kailech Thoat, right? You're not Tut Kailech. I'm like, yeah. So they always corrected me. They're like, yeah, I don't know why your dad did that, but just know that this is what it really is.
Right, right.
How do you pronounce your name?
What? Tut Kailech Thoat. Yeah.
I didn't know it was pronounced differently.
Yeah, because, bro, when I first came to the States,
sorry,
they're not calling me Toot, bro.
That's a recipe for bullying.
Yeah,
right
not
there.
going. It happened, and I was like, no.
It's tough.
Because we used to move around a lot. So I would tell people in California that my name is Toot, and they'd be like, your name's Toot. And then when we came to Tennessee, they're like, so what's your name? I'm like, because I heard about a Tut, and I was like, Tut?
And then just stuck.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, y'all keep talking.
Okay.
What are we on to next?
I don't know. I got past some of them. These other questions I find corny. And there's not really relating to. I feel like we got into a good little rhythm there. So I guess
Hold on. If I was to give you guys $50,000 to start a business, what business would you guys start, or would you guys continue what you're doing, or like diversify?
That's a good question.
I have to use it to start a business.
Yeah.
I would start an LLC with my name. I'd just make
just
my
Jack
name.
Buchanan.
Yeah. I wouldn't I would just use it as a way to like further my career. And if I have an LLC under my name, then I can write off all my production expenses as business expenses, and like there's different ways like that. But I would just start with that, and then just keep trying to use that money to help myself further my career.
Nelson?
That's such a good question. I think I would use it to pay off some of my debt, and then buy some of the remaining pieces of gear that I want, and then I would use the rest just to go travel, make content with it, and hopefully by the time I run out, I'll be making enough to continue on with it.
Fuck yeah. Okay. If you guys had to work, but you didn't need the money, what would you do?
Teach.
Ooh.
I think this.
Hell yeah.
Like, I can't really think
Just
of
talk.
anything else. Or not like this, but like, I mean, like what I do.
Right.
You know, like photography and video stuff. Just because like when I got started, it wasn't really for money at all. It was just a hobby that I did.
Hold on. I'm just kind of like
Bounce around.
so.
So
Tell me something about your job. Tell me about your last job, other than the money, that would have inspired you to keep going. What about your last job did you like?
I worked at Target.
Oh, okay.
The thing I liked about it was I found out that I don't like having a boss. I don't like being told what to do. I don't like these people acting like they're like way better than me.
Facts.
So you're
What Target did you work at?
the one on 56th and Highway 2.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, do you know a certain person? But never mind.
No, I don't know them.
Nelson.
I've never been back to a
Oh
Target
yeah,
since. But
Nelson. We worked the same job, bro.
Yeah, definitely just the kids.
Yeah,
I
the
miss-
kids, man.
I miss
Just
the kids. Yeah, I was gonna see if Anna knew the new girl
Oh,
that took the spot of Levi. Just see if I could just go back for like one day or something and
right.
see the kids because I miss them all.
Like, I'm gonna definitely go see him when school starts. 'Cause
Yeah.
I want to see who grew. Like, the fourth graders being fifth graders. I'm not gonna say any names, but I just want to see how that it makes me want to think about like when I have a kid and seeing that progression, because that's gonna happen fast.
how many kids do you want?
How many kids do I want?
Yeah.
2 max.
You're like cool on the big family thing.
Yeah.
Like you did it once. I'm sure you were very involved in your siblings' upbringings.
Yeah. But like
2's good. Having a sibling is nice.
3 is nice, but I'm not gonna put Haley through that. You know.
Yeah.
But
Well, she wants 3. I don't know if you guys talked about it.
yeah.
Okay.
She's like 1. That's it. I'm like, we can't just have 1.
One. No, you can't have one. You
Like,
can't have more than
it'd be
one.
so cool if we had boy girl.
Yeah. Brother, sister.
My
Yeah.
parents got lucky. That's how it was.
Yeah.
For my parents.
All right. Oh, vasectomy. I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chop it up.
What about you?
Yeah,
How many
Jack.
kids would you like to have?
I think I would like to have children and like a family at some point in my life. But here's how I want to do it. I want to be like 40
Facts.
and just like start. I already got everything I need. And it's like, okay, I'm at a certain point in my life, in my career, and I just marry some supermodel,
Yep.
start pumping out a couple. Just 2. I agree. I think 2 is a good number. I grew up with a brother. I'm glad that I have a brother. Having somebody who's around my age, who's in my corner,
Yep.
no matter what, I could call on him to. He was helping me move the other night.
Yeah.
Midnight. We were moving couches out of my apartment. And I was like, yeah, no one else would do this, but he's my family, so he kind of has to. But like, I think that's just 2 is a good number, and I would like to stick with 2. Yeah.
What about you?
See, with me, I liked having my sister, but there was like a 6-year gap
Right.
between us.
Oh, yeah.
So it was pretty big especially when I got into middle school and she went off to college.
Yeah.
Oh, that's damn.
Yeah, so I was home alone for a long time. And then with Lexi, she was the only child, so she didn't
Holy
she didn't
shit.
have any siblings or anyone to grow up with. So we want like a lot of kids.
Yeah.
So I think like 3 to 5, somewhere in
That's
that
solid.
range.
Oh, okay.
That I think I would like that a lot. I want like a bunch of little me's
Bro, hell
running
yeah.
around.
Because, like, I want 2 or 3 because we can, in my family, because we're so big, it was hard to be very involved with each
Right.
kid. So anytime that I wasn't getting sort of attention from my parents, it was for the little kids, and I didn't feel any way about it. But there's something about just, I want my parents just to be at the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, like, if I have 5 kids, I can't go to every game.
Right.
So 2 or 3 would be fine because like manageable.
2's good. 2's good.
But I'm like,
because-
how much money can I make
Right.
to afford that?
Yeah, that's
I'm
where
sure
the
you
other
could do
side comes
some
in.
sort of calculation.
Because if I make money, we're going to have a surrogate. Somebody kind of like Haley, you know. Wait, they get Haley's egg.
Yeah, Haley's egg, your sperm, someone else's.
That's how it happened with Beyonce then, right?
Maybe. That's how Kim K did it.
Yeah.
Her egg, Kanye's
But I know that costs.
goo.
Like, hey, I'm going to put you through 9 months.
Yeah, it's kind of expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, she's carrying a baby for you, so, you know.
That's why I'm like.
Yeah, 2's good too because, like you said, you know, if you have a lot, you can't really focus on one or the other. But if you have more than one,
Yep.
because if you just have one, then I imagine you would scrutinize the hell out of that kid.
Facts.
And it's just like it's just tough to keep yourself in check and how you're like being raised by that kid. But if you have 2, you know, one can kind of get away with some stuff and grow a little bit as a person without your constant supervision. And, but still, you are able to go to the games and see what's up with school and help with homework. And
you could be a better parent after having one.
yeah,
So you're like,
I was the freaking trial run.
Yes.
A year and a half later, my brother came out.
Like, yeah, we fucked that.
I have some friends that I grew up, or like I some really close friends. You know, I'm really close with the whole entire family, and the oldest son, he was 2 years ahead of them, and then they had triplets. So a boy and 2 girls, and so they were all in high school for 2 years together.
Oh, that must have been fun.
I saw them at every single event, like both the parents at like every single event of one of the kids.
Oh my!
And one of them, or 2 of the boys, were in like football and everything, and the oldest was in show choir. One of the girls was in dance. The other one was in volleyball, soccer, just spread out all across.
Run the gamut.
They made it to everything. So I think it's possible. I think some people
definitely
can
is
manage it.
possible,
Yeah.
bro.
And they were all super close together. Like they're super tight knit family.
That's cool. That's very wholesome.
Do you guys have any questions?
No, I don't, like I said, I don't like the other questions.
You don't like the other
How's
questions?
YATO doing?
Huh?
How's YATO doing? And when can I get a shirt?
Oh yeah,
I want a shirt.
I just posted the other day. No, yesterday. Loading.
Yeah.
Should have worn mine.
Yeah. So, kind of rebranding. So, have you guys ever heard of edammonia?
Nah.
Heard of edamame.
Yeah. So, edammonia is kind of like, I literally started learning about it today. So it helped me kind of pivot YATO in a sense, because edammonia has been mistaken as another word for happiness, but it's more about fulfilling, being fulfilled, living a virtuous life. So your compass in life is your virtues, right? And the pursuit of it, because like with success, it's like it's external, right? So I want to help transform people internally to flourish their lives, because like I was going through an existential crisis like earlier this year about YATO. So it's like, am I trying to? It seemed like maybe I was going down the path of trying to have people be their ideal self, but there comes the problem with trying to become your ideal self. It's like,
Get so wrapped up in the what it is that you don't focus on the journey that you're making and the steps that you're taking.
Exactly. Because it's both internal and external, like growth, but I wanted to focus within and be more of being your authentic self. Because like when we're young, when we're babies, it's like we're molded to be a certain way. So we have the sense of belonging to everybody. So we kind of shun our thoughts, the way we express ourselves, so we could be, liked by everybody. But I want people to be more of their authentic self and not have to be like
So concerned with what other people think.
Exactly. So, like, I still have the pillars of self-love, self-accountability, and empowerment. Because through that, self-love is an ongoing process.
Yes.
And accountability is an ongoing process. Empowerment will always stay because throughout your journey, you become empowered by doing all these different things, from having the wherewithal and having your the compassion within yourself, knowing your strengths and your weaknesses, then holding yourself accountable to those goals and those dreams, and then becoming empowered by that, and then that reciprocating into your friend group. So I'm not gonna get rid of the pillars, but I just wanted to transform like the mission in a sense, because I don't want people to just be reaching for ideal self, because that kind of leads to depression and like having to be somebody that you're not, but it's good to have the pursuit of being a better person and
better
progressing.
than you were yesterday.
Exactly. Instead of like, I have to be like such and such.
Yeah.
But it's like, just be you, but always strive to become a better version of yourself. But not like, I have to be like, it's just...
Not like I need to be winning
Exactly.
Oscars.
You don't need to be.
No, you need to be working on how you might, if you want to do that, you got to work on how you might want to get there. And like you said, that goes with being honest with yourself, identifying your weaknesses, your strengths, getting with people who don't share those weaknesses.
Yes.
And just really, I like that a lot, man.
Yeah,
I think it's cool.
my thing now that I'm big on is like courage, because like if you don't have courage, you won't
take risks.
Exactly.
And that's how things get done.
And if courage is a compass, it'll lead to good things.
Yeah.
Whether it is like trying something new, because like if we try new things, we get to learn more about ourselves. We won't be siloed in our thinking, because like I think when we do things outside of ourselves, okay, like let's say when Jordan Peterson says clean your room, because that's like a step on like a rule to life, because it's a reflection on what's going on inside. So if things on the outside or things on the inside are clean, so will the things be on the outside. So it all starts from yourself and then within, because at that point, everything on the outside from you trying new things will then lead to a better Jack, a better Nelson.
I gotta clean my room.
I'm trying to think about images on how we can create product, because I want to not diverge it, but like kind of straight away from being strictly like clothing, because that's what people see it as, and that's why I've had a problem with it. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I want it to be a lifestyle, and then the products will be like an accessory to the brand. So one idea is like, you can't give from lack. So I'm thinking about a cup. Like you ain't got nothing in your cup. How can you give to somebody else?
Yeah.
So you have to start with yourself. Like, how can I fill my cup? Okay, I need skills. I need to bring value. How can I do that? It's like building skills, doing voluntary hardships to then like progress as a person and provide value to humanity, knowing that you know your self-worth, and then you can then help those people that are asking for help. Because if you don't know yourself, you're just always going to stretch yourself thin. Right. And you're always going to try and be pleasing other people. Mm-hmm. So start with yourself. I
think a lot of people, myself included, know that very well.
Yeah, so that's the direction that I've been trying to take with YATO, and I'm trying to figure out ways that I could do that visually. Right. With our content.
That's the challenge.
Yeah. So it's like, how can I take this fucking concept and
get it into a way that people are picking up the message that you're trying to put down.
Instead of like, because like I do want to put out shirts. Yeah. But I stretched myself out so thin in the sense of like I had these grand ideas, and then life kind of gave me a lesson of getting scammed. So I saw it as like, oh shit, okay, why are you doing too much? Mm-hmm. You're just one man at this time. Do things that you can manage, and as time progresses, then you can branch out. Right. But remember, like, it wasn't about the clothes. Like, that's how it started. Right. But don't let it be about that. So
that's cool. Yeah. But yeah, when you do get something, let me know, man. I
thought of an idea for a video when you were talking about that. That will I'll have to talk about after this.
Yeah. Okay. This is what I'm going to do too.
Okay.
I'm creating a Discord server.
Oh, YATO Discord.
Yeah. So it's going to be an all-encompassing kind of thing because I see Instagram's kind of slowly dying.
Yeah. I hate that.
And people need avenues of like connecting with people, sharing their stuff. And I've seen it with other Discord servers, like Austin Showtime is in a Discord server where they just share their stuff. They give constructive criticism to certain cover art.
Yeah.
I want it to be like a place where people can looking for work.
Right.
Anybody want to be like,
I need a
photographers,
coder for this. I need
videographers,
Like a place to collaborate.
like a creator
Right.
hub. Like, even though that's what Austin and their Discord is called, I don't want to take that, you
Right.
know. But I see the importance of that because like that's what I'm trying to do with YATO. Is like be a collective and create a community of these people taking a leap, having the courage, going alongside the journey of trying to be at their best selves, and then. Oh, cool. We have a community where everybody's kind of doing the same thing. How can I be of service while helping myself?
Yeah.
You know? So that's what I'm going to do because we could also do it's called The Stage, but it's like a podcast. So at that point, we won't have to worry about, like we could do a quick podcast, like us hop on, and then we could have like guests, like they could raise their hand and come on.
So it's like a live thing and then,
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I have in the works.
Work on it, bro.
What do you guys have? What kind of projects are you guys working on?
Get my film done. I got to edit it together. It's gonna do a festival run, so I won't be able to put it on the internet until I hear back from the festivales, and then they set a time for when things are okay to be able to go out there. But in the meantime, I got some other things I'm doing. I'm working on my second stage production.
Hell yeah.
We're doing Othello, but I'm making it an opera because I have a huge problem with Hamilton.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I don't like Hamilton. It's only because of one line. They stole the Biggie Smalls. If you don't know, now you know, nigga.
That's what they stole
But
that?
they said, well, he didn't steal it.
But the kind of the cadence or whatever?
No, yeah, in the Hamilton, in the play, it says, if you don't know, now you know, Mr. President. And I don't have a problem with the word itself, like whatever, that's fine. Lin-Manuel can do what he wants.
Yeah.
It's cool. I had a problem when I was in high school and all the theater people knew, if you don't know, now you know, Mr. President, but they didn't know where it came from.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like, I feel like that while Hamilton is good at paying tribute to hip hop as a genre, it's too corny to be
Damn.
it's not
Not a representation of the cult or what?
it's a refined version of hip hop where they took out all the flavor.
Damn.
They took out all
The seasoning.
they took the good stuff out, and now it's just a drive-through hip hop experience, and
Damn.
that's disgusting to me because it's just an art form that I have such love for, and it's done a lot for me as like just a black person to feel black living in
Yep.
Nebraska. What are some things that I can do to feel black here?
Facts.
I can listen to some motherfucking hip hop music, yeah, some rippity raps, and just the way that people love that musical so much is disgusting to me. So I was like, I'm gonna write a better one. I'm gonna try to do that.
Nelson, what you got? You got some senior photos going?
Yeah, I got done with 2 of them this last week and sent all the photos to the family, and then I have another one here at the end of the month. The day before I go back to Grand Island, which is the day before I
You go to
leave
Mexico?
for Mexico. So yeah, I'm hoping that
Are you packed
possibly. No, I'm not.
You gotta get packed up.
I'll probably pack like the night before.
Yeah.
But
or 2 nights before.
I'm hoping that I can get the photos done before I leave for vacation.
Yeah, and then have that off your mind.
Yeah, that's the goal, but probably won't work out that way.
Is it the laptop that's slowing you down here and there, or no?
No, I tend to overshoot a lot, so I'm just like automatic, like machine gun. And then I had to sort through all those. The last one that I did, it was like a day and a half, so we did one full day, and then like a little half day the next day. And I took over 1,100 photos. I had to sort through and then find the best ones. And I think I only kept like 100 or so.
Oh my God.
Out of 1,100.
Sifting through that would be so...
Yeah, it was pretty
so
mind-numbing because a lot of them were just
Right, like
the same photo.
A second later.
Yeah. But they say that it's good to do that because the second or third one is usually a little bit sharper. So, but other than that, I'm trying to come up with video ideas. I might go shoot one tonight.
Get it, man.
With that camera.
Ooh.
Put in
At Applebee's?
No. No. That'd be pretty sick though. Take my pretzel stick and
You like the pretzel sticks?
yeah.
Nice.
Have you ever had them?
No.
You should go.
A pretzel
stick, and then their beer cheese.
Beer and
Exquisite.
cheese. I like
Yeah.
both those.
As long as there's not too much salt on them, bro.
I'm getting hungry.
I don't know how much time we have. How much time do we have?
Well, that hit another 30 minutes, but we're on this camera now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
Lucid dreams.
The Juice WRLD?
What about it? Do you just have one? Nothing
No, like actual
Oh, like a
lucid
real
dreams.
dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got kind of into it, like
Oh,
like
for
I haven't gotten into one yet, but like I've been interested in the idea of lucid dreaming, and I think a couple days ago I about went into one,
Yeah.
but I got too excited.
Exactly. And then your
I
body's
woke
like,
myself
nope.
up.
You know what you got to do?
Huh.
You got to get used to
Not
just
getting
being
excited.
an observer.
Yep.
Just used to knowing. Once you recognize it's a dream, you can't start being like, I'm going to do this and that.
Yep.
You just got to be like, all right, I'm in a dream. And then you just watch like a movie. And also you should take a journal and you should write it all down.
I've
That
started
helps a
doing
lot.
As soon as you wake up, bro.
I started
That helps a
doing
lot when if you're trying to get into it, because then you'll start to recognize
Yep.
what the patterns are and when you're in a dream.
The subconscious will be like, okay, he's paying attention. Okay, let's show him more.
Yeah, I was watching some videos and they said to do like reality checks.
Oh, yeah.
And one of
That was-
them was like try to put your fingers through your hand. And I was like dozing off or dozing back to sleep.
Yeah.
And I was like almost like just out, and I thought of that. And I went and I did it, and it was like working. And I was like, oh my God. And then I woke up and I couldn't get back into it.
I had a lucid nightmare the other night.
Ooh,
It was awful.
Talk about it.
No, I
sketch.
don't want to.
you don't want to have
It's
it again.
a little explicit. That's all.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like in my old lucid dreams, it'd be hella sexual, bro. Sorry. Like I've realized like a lot of like you don't like go to places that you've never been. So a lot of the times in my dreams, I'm like outside of school, in school, I'm by strip malls that I've been by. It's never really residential areas.
Mine's the opposite. It's like places I haven't been, but people I know.
Oh yeah, same, bro.
Yeah.
People, oh my god.
People I know, but places I haven't been.
I've had sexual relations with girls. This is before Haley, sorry. But like, I would have sexual relations with them in the dream, and then I would see them in person. I'm like,
I had one like that, but it was like I was in like a hotel or something, and it was this one girl, and she was trying to sleep with me, and I was like, no, I don't really want to, so I left. And then every room that I'd opened in the hotel, it was her
there.
on a
Yep.
bed. But it was like every single room. I was like, oh my God. Whoa.
What's your mind telling you at that point?
bro, my check to know that if I was dreaming was like, it's like it's like a slow process. I'm like, okay, that was weird. And then I'm like, wait, this is different. Then I always look at my hand throughout the day. 5. Okay, cool. 7? Oh, shit. And then I'm like, okay, relax. And then things happen. And it's like, I have the thought of, is that dream happening literally right now? Like within, what, a minute or two before I wake up? Or is it the span of the time that I've been in REM sleep? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, because like time is a construct.
No, time is different. And I think you'll probably only remember a certain part of it. And there was probably more that you may not have been aware was a dream or even like able to remember.
Yep.
And it's cool you guys have checks. I haven't heard about the
bro.
the
I would
like
have a check.
Yeah.
I just kind of like when I was very young, I used to have nightmares all the time. And that's kind of what led me to be able to recognize when I'm in a dream. So I don't have to check anymore. I just know, oh, this is a dream. Because I stopped getting scared of the nightmares. I was having them so frequently. And it was not like anything really, it was just dumb shit. Like I had the one that scared me to death. You remember Elmo? They have, they're called honkers. And they're these puppets that had horns for ears and they would squeeze their noses.
Oh,
and
shit.
I remember the one that like scared me was I was getting in a car. I was about to go to daycare with my dad. And it turned around and it wasn't my dad. It was a honker. And it like kidnapped me. And it was just driving around the city like, and I was like, oh no, please let me out. But the car was going so fast I couldn't get out. So that one really scared me. But yeah, ever since then, I just know like, all right.
Yeah, I've never been able to like just tell.
You're close, bro.
I know, like this is the first time.
there.
That's why I'm so intrigued with it. Because I was like, I just thought that everyone just kind of went through their dreams
Take
and just
an
had
Ambien
no
or something.
control.
Just
What?
Take an Ambien or something and just,
What's that?
it's a sleeping pill.
Oh,
Actually, don't
yeah,
take
yeah.
those. People will take those and then they'll like do things. They'll like
What do
cook
they
whole
take?
turkeys. Ambien.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they'll like cook whole turkeys or like wash their dishes or
Oh,
take
maybe
the
I do
dog
need
outside.
it. Maybe I do need to
In
take
their
one.
But oh shit. But like with some of the lucid dreaming, like you said, like when you start writing them down, it becomes like a string of dreams. And like with my narcolepsy,
Oh yeah, I always forget you have that.
like there's some times where like this is when me and Haley started like dating and stuff. Like I wasn't diagnosed or anything, bro. Sometimes I sleep and then I get into REM sleep right away. So it's like I'm hallucinating.
Right.
Like Haley's talking to me and I'm like dozing, and then there's something happening.
Yeah.
And then like wake up and I explain exactly what just happened. She's like, you literally just closed your eyes 5 seconds ago.
It's like half sleep, half awake.
Yeah, but I felt like
somewhere
I've
in the
been there for a
middle.
while.
Right.
Well,
You know? So I'm like, this is trippy.
It is trippy,
That's
I bet.
weird.
But I haven't had a moment like that in a hot minute. But I told the doctor that, and they're like, yeah, those are hallucinations. I'm like, so what's a dream?
dang.
That, like, some people are like, I can't wait to die. I'm like, I get it, but nah.
You can't wait to die?
Because they're just so anxious to see what happens. I'm like, just live, bro.
Yeah, man, you're here now. You can't do anything about when or
Like-
where, so just, it'll be when it comes.
If you want to try a different, like have a different level of mind, like get in a
Consciousness,
trance or a different kind of consciousness, there's things for that.
You can also just like not eat for a few days.
Oh yeah, you'll definitely
and
do
you'll
that.
start hallucinating.
Yep. Then fasting, man.
Yeah, dude. I don't want to die. That sounds bad.
Nah.
At least that's something that you can count on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fast.
That's kind of deep.
Yeah, I'm not getting out this bitch alive.
I used
Yeah.
to be. I still have that. I still have that young man bravado of the I will never die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I can talk about death, sure, in a conceptual way, but I really don't believe that. Like right now, I'm not scared at all. I never think about it.
That's my existential crisis that I always have. It's like I gotta get work done because I could die tomorrow.
Right.
Then I'm like, no, you probably gonna be
Probably
all
live
right.
forever.
But then sometimes I sulk in, I'm gonna live forever. I'm gonna live a long life. But then
Yeah.
I'm like, then
What if I don't?
my conscience like, no, you not, nigga. Do something. Like I don't know if you guys have those thoughts, but
Sometimes.
I definitely do.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm not in the present, and that's what makes me depressed because I'm thinking about the future, so I'm anxious, and I'm like thinking about all the times that I didn't capitalize, so I'm depressed.
It's hard to stay in the moment. Mine is going to the past, not so much the future. I'm thinking about the past and my past mistakes.
Yeah,
Like things I could have done better and how different I would be if I had changed or done something different. But there's nothing I can do about it. But it does get to me sometimes, for sure. For sure.
What sport is it?
No, go ahead.
This is the fucking
Off topic.
yeah.
Sorry.
What sport would you guys? Now that you guys look back, what sport would try now?
Tennis. Lexi played tennis in high school, and when we started dating, she was like, "Oh, let's go play tennis." I'm like,
She whooped your
"Okay,
ass.
like I'm gonna kick your ass." When we
Yeah.
go, but well, at first she did.
Yeah.
And then
You got pretty good.
Yeah, I got pretty good. And she's like been coaching me on all this stuff, and she's like, "Oh my god, like you should have played when you were in high school. You'd have been so good." So now I wish I kind of want to play.
I don't know. Probably soccer.
Same.
Soccer
Soccer or baseball?
Soccer's
Because I did
cool.
track
Oh,
all
yeah.
4.
Baseball
And I
would've
told
been
myself,
fun.
I told
Baseball's
myself
just stick
freshman
around.
year, junior year, you're gonna do soccer. Didn't. Got coerced. No, Tut, you gotta go to state this year. I'm like, man, I mean that's cool, but I want to try something new.
Soccer be fun. Baseball
Soccer's my first
fun
love, but
'cause it's
baseball, I'm like-
you're just dicking around with
Yeah,
them
I'm
dudes
chilling.
and hanging out.
I can hit 3 out of 10 balls and be considered.
But it's more just like I'm chilling with these.
the hum.
Yeah, with the homies.
I like baseball.
Did you play baseball?
I played all the way up till my junior year, something like that, where kind of football just kind of took over.
Yeah.
But yeah, I played from when I was super little, like probably like 5 or 6, all the way up till
I never
16,
played.
17.
You do Legion baseball too?
Yeah, I did Legion for 2 years, and that was pretty fun.
Hell
It got
yeah.
a little bit more like too serious.
Yeah.
Once it gets into Legion, but I think the earlier ages, those are really fun because you get to meet with a whole bunch of kids that you usually don't go to school with.
Right.
Some of them you do, and you guys have like literally the whole summer together. Like you spend every day at practice. You travel on
Hella
the weekends
games,
to
yeah.
hotels, get to play all these games, and get like all the families get super close together. So that's what I like, and that's why I'm gonna get my kids into baseball and softball
yeah.
super early because I want to experience that as a parent. Because I remember all my parents and my friends' parents, they would all go down to the hotel bar
and get
on the
sloshed.
weekend. Yeah, they would get
Get
trashed, get absolutely hammered before game days. And they're like, yeah, just go do whatever. So we'd all go dick around and run around upstairs and get yelled at by the managers.
Right.
But
Yo, you guys,
So
hour 40. I'm gonna wrap this up.
all right.
fair.
Oh, I got one last question.
Oh yeah, good catch.
Tut, did you enjoy your time on Blazin A Trail podcast?
Hey, boom, boom. Yes, I did, sir.
Well, I'm
it's
glad
good
to
to be
hear
on
that.
the opposite side.
Yeah.
But I would like to thank y'all for listening to Blazin A Trail podcast. Make sure to leave a review, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment on what you learned about me if you didn't know. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Blazin A Trail Podcast. Shout out to KZUM and Turbine Flats. Do not compare your journey to somebody else's. As you can see, we're walking different paths. Don't be hard on yourself, because the world already is. To make a change, always start with yourself, because you are the one. So make it happen.